All right, I believe that the recording has started and you guys can't see the chat, right? All right. I see Chris is back. Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. The recording has started, and so we're going to get started tonight. We are in part three of our Invest Smart 101 training, preparing for our upcoming investment class on November 24th, and just preparing for life. I'm pretty, oh man, I did something. I don't know what I did. I'm pretty excited about, did you see it? Did you see it, Miss Lambert?
Miss Pace,
Yes.
I will answer the call. There was one. That was Mr. Marshall. He
Uh-huh.
was saying, "What number do you all have?" I have 1-669-900-6833. What phone number do you guys have?
I'm gonna have to call it up on the group me just a minute. I'll look and see.
And I have to call them back. They say they
I'm
was.
not using it. I have the app on my phone and I just put in the ID number.
Yeah, I do too. But there is you can call in.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
And Barbara says she was on and just getting music. So just okay. Well, let's wait a minute and let's set up then. If you guys, so if it's anything that I have done wrong, I'll have to fix it. Okay. On a regular phone, it's two numbers that's available. 646-558-8656. Is that what you said, Miss Lambert?
no, that's not. No, that's
Do you have 669-900-6833?
yes.
Okay, and then the meeting ID is 706-471-269.
I had the 849-733-1639.
Okay, every time I save this, it gives me a different ID. So the ID is 706
471
269.
269.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. 269 is it not 4 digit at the end?
No, ma'am. It's three
Okay.
sets of three.
Okay. Let me call them back. But you got the 669-900-6833.
Yes, ma'am. Either one of those.
Okay.
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 Did anybody hear that? Did I see Barbara on Group Me? Uh, uh, let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can redo this. Because I really don't know. I haven't done anything other than I was muted and didn't have the video on. You guys actually see my. I think I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna start it. Just hold on. Let me stop this recording. Zoom recording. All right, you guys. Appreciate you tonight hopping on the call. This is Team Vision training, and what we're gonna do is I'm not sure if I can mute out. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna mute everybody right now, and then I'll unmute you for questions. And be sure tonight that allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. Be sure to have your pen and pencils and paper, and if there's any questions or if I can answer them, then I will. But this is the Vision Team call based out of Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas. I'm Clarissa Pace, Executive Vice President, Platinum. Yay. And this is our part three of our Invest Smart training. Invest Smart 101, Asset, Income, and You. And so any of you who have not seen part 1 and part 2, you have access to them as well on YouTube. I'm just excited to be able to share parts of this in preparation for our upcoming full day of investment education training with Mr. Charles Thomas, who is actually EVP Infinity, and he has over 30 years of financial experience and everything like that. So he's going to be here with our team, and I hope that each of you get an opportunity to attend. But this will at least give you some basics so that you won't be sitting in class cross-eyed. Plus, we also, this is like the final module of our training. You know, we've had a lot of intense training on our system, on our financial system, which starts with our taxation. We have to learn how to change our W-4. We learn how to actually write off those tax deductions. We learn how to record them. We learn about auditing. We go from there and we teach you about debt elimination, credit restoration. And by this time, you should have began to create a positive cash flow to move you to the object of the game with My Econ anyway. And that's to get you in the stages of creating passive income. And there are so many ways that we can create passive income. First, though, we have to move from a negative cash flow to a positive cash flow and get the type of money that we need in order to make those necessary investments and get a little mix of everything so that we can create financial freedom, true financial freedom. And if we want to, we can create wealth, okay? And so I'm pretty excited about being able to share this information, because I want you to understand that in all of my understanding of the basic investment education, there is not one way and one place that you go and invest. There are several ways. We discussed on last week and week before that there are at least 4 different types of investments, okay? And so we've got our cash equivalents, we have our stocks and bonds, and we have our other investments, our real assets, and then go back and watch the videos and see what each one of them consists of. And business is actually recommended by licensed investment professionals as to be one of your greatest investments is to have a business, because business creates a type of passive income that's called residual income. In other words, residual income lasts for a lifetime. That type of income is like Michael Jackson, okay? Michael Jackson kids and relatives, they're fighting over it, but somebody gonna get the proceeds from the royalties from his music and the things that he has coined all of his life before passing. They're going to go ahead and get a chance to reap a benefit from that type of income, which is residual income. You've got McDonald's and all of these places. So it's several ways that you can create wealth. And there are several ways that you can create passive income, but we've got to know some basic investment terminology, which is what we teach in My Econ. We are not licensed to sell investment products, but we do teach investment education, okay? Anybody can really learn about investing if they want to by researching a lot of areas. And so we just packaged together some training, some very basic thing that I believe is going to help you. So when we started off on part 1, we talked about the basic knowledge of investing and what we needed to understand. And then part 2, we talked about diversified funds. That was pretty fun to talk about. I think people are learning. I'm just one of those persons that simplify the information because I'm a simpleton. So I try to put things in a way that even a child might understand. And plus, I do teach children and I have to get them to understand. We talked about compound interest versus simple interest so that we will understand these things. I think the only thing we haven't talked about, and I probably should have put it on tonight's slide, but we got one more week, was talking about the rule of 72, which most people are familiar with that, but that's just simply a formula in which we can learn once we invest our money, how long it will take for it to even double, and if we have the right rate of return that will give us what we want in the long run. So tonight, we're going to talk about, we're going to move on, and we're going to be talking about, let me position my slide. We're going to talk about investing monthly versus lump sum, okay? I told you this is going to be a short and simple, a very short and simple training, I think, but I think it will be very informational for you because we're learning in bits and pieces so that we can retain the information, okay? So tonight, let's talk about it. Investing monthly versus a lump sum. Some of you probably already know where we're going with this, but we want to share with you that when we invest, we want to experience the best possible investing outcomes from 1 year to the next. So what they're saying is that when we get to the point to where we have freed up the cash flow that we need to begin to invest, that's whether we are investing $5, $25 to $2,500, whatever it is, the outcome of what we get, we want it to be the best. And then if you actually stick with my econ and you will use the tools and the education we've given you, you actually have the cash flow strategies that should have been done already so that you can see the amount of money that the type of money you need on a monthly basis in order to reach your desired goal for you to invest, okay? So we want, as investors, we want to experience the best possible investing options for our money, because it's all about making money so that we can retire, so that our money can make money for us and keep us taken care of, right? Okay? Then one way to ensure the best results is based actually on investing systematically instead of in a lump sum. We're going to give you the terminology or the word for that in just a minute. So that's just, let's it's not the only way. Okay, we want to put disclaimers in here so that you'll understand. Don't get captivated by the knowledge. Be able to understand the knowledge and put together what works best for you. Or when you go to a broker or you go to the websites to do your own investing, you will actually understand what you're looking at and what you can choose, okay? So one way to get the best results is based on investing systematically instead of taking a lump sum of money. Okay, so there are people who will say, listen, I got this big wad coming in. I got me like $30,000, saved up, and, that's what I want to do. I want to turn around and I want to invest all that money and make me some money in the long run. Not that it won't, but you're going to see tonight that you have some choices in all of that, okay? So now we're going to show you tonight. I'm sorry, I keep messing up something. I can't go in the chat because I keep messing it up. All right, so here we go. Now we've got this idea isn't strictly about investment returns, but rather about portfolio performance. Okay, what idea are we talking about? We're talking about the way that ensures that you will get the most for your money that you invested on a system, okay, on a systematic way. And so the idea isn't strictly about investment returns. In other words, investing systematically is not based on what I'm going to get if I invest $30,000 one time, and then my rate of return is 19% interest, and then I'm just want to know in 5 years how much money I'm going to make, in 30 years how much money I'm going to make, okay? But rather, this system is based on portfolio performance. In other words, you have your investment companies and your mutual funds that are constantly making money, losing money. And it becomes a history or a pattern as to whether or not that particular investment is really making money like it should, if it's stable funds or, fixed and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to go into all of those, but It's rather about the portfolio performance and how it has performed over a certain amount of time. So returns and portfolio performance are different, okay? Got to keep that in mind. Your returns are a function of the asset allocation and fund selection, okay? Returns are a function of the asset allocation and fund selection. So whatever fund that you choose or whatever you choose to invest in, okay, it's about the return. It's about what you get back, what you put in and how much you put in, how much is going to earn you, how many shares that you bought into it, and how many shares. You just bought 10 shares, that's all you have, you're going to make money and you're only going to have 10 shares, okay? Portfolio performance also considers how much money the investor adds during that year. In other words, remember compound versus simple, right? What that's saying is that on a compound interest, that is money, making money on money, right? As your money make money, then you turn around and you get a chance to earn money from the total amount. Versus simple interest is not, you can make $500 off of that, but you're going to only turn around and it's only going to grow at the 1,000 you got in there. So you made 1,000, you made $500, but you don't get a chance to get a return or get a payout or a dividend off of the entire $1,500. You only get paid off of that principal only. And so in compound interest, you get paid off of principal and the interest, okay, which in the long run is going to make you more money. So that's the difference between the returns and portfolio performance, okay? I might need to open the lines and see if there's any question after that. Let me go ahead and open the lines and I'm going to see if you have any questions to that. Okay, any questions? Any questions about that? Okay.
Oh, this is your lump sum investment?
I'm giving you just an overview. I'm going to go in details with that in just a minute, but I'm just saying we're getting to taking the lump sum and the monthly, and we're going to put the name and terminology to it in just a minute. So I just want to give you a basic of, as an investor, what you want to look for, what may in the long run, when we get through teaching this, you got choices. That's I can't tell you what to do, but you got
okay, I understand.
Got it. Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Well, we're going to go to the next slide. All right. So there you go, Scott. We've got lump sum investing, which is a way, y'all so far over here, which is a way to invest by buying a fixed dollar amount of a particular investment on a regular schedule, regardless of the share price. So if the share is $10, it's fixed dollar amount that you're going to give to buy that $10 share and buy so many with the money that you're investing. You purchase more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. I got a visual in a minute so you can see that. So when prices are low, that's when we go in and we buy, okay? Because we make more money once they go up, right? So we get paid for that. But on a lump sum investment, what's going to happen is you will end up buying fewer shares because the price goes back up, or when the price goes too high for you to buy, you buy less shares, okay? And so avoiding the risk of investing a lump sum amount when prices are at their peak, okay? You purchase more shares when prices are low, fewer shares when prices rise, avoiding the risk of investing a lump sum amount when prices are at their peak, okay? Remember we talked about the risk factors in investing depends on you. It depends on your goals that you have, how much money you have, I'm going to say this, the balls you have to go after what you're looking for. You got to look for your age. Are you about ready to retire? So, you know, you want to go ahead and take this risk on something, and you might just put it all out there and say, listen, I'm going to take this risk because I've taken a look at these things, the performance, or it could be investing into a you get apartment complex or, you know, real estate, and you say, listen, I'm willing to risk it all because I believe I'm going to, in the long run, create the residual income that's going to give me wealth over and over and over and over. Okay. Now, when we were talking about monthly investment, guess what? We're talking about dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is an easy way to even out market fluctuations by automatically investing a set amount over a determined period of time, regardless of the changes in the prices. So you invest a specific dollar amount at regular intervals, and they're usually on a monthly basis. Okay. I know I went to one mutual fund company, and they allowed you to they offered me to do an investing every other month, okay, or every other quarter. I was amazed. So you got choices, but on the norm, usually it's on a monthly basis, okay? So that's different. Let me unmute. Everybody understands that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. I'm going to go to the next slide. All right. Okay. All right. So here's our beautiful picture that's going to give us a picture of the difference between dollar cost averaging versus lump sum investing. Okay. Say that wherever you are. Dollar cost averaging versus lump sum investing. Okay. So we got Andy here. And what is Andy representing? From just what we said, looking at April, May, and June.
Lump sum.
That's right. Andy is representing lump sum. Absolutely. Now, Brenda is representing what? Y'all can come off mute and answer.
Dollar cost averaging.
Right, dollar cost averaging. Exactly. So let's take a look at Andy and what happens to Andy. Andy, the same $300 here, he takes it in May and he invested one time $300. Then his share, the price per share is $15. Now the shares purchased with his $300 is 20 shares. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's look at his total. His total investment was $300. Okay, his average prices per share was $15, and respectively, okay, and then over here, this is, he ends up still with 20 shares. He didn't get anything else, and his amount for the shares that he bought, the cost for the shares that he bought was the same $15. Now let's take a look at Brenda. Brenda's splitting out her $300. She invests on a monthly basis $100. At $100, she caught the shares at $10. Okay? Now, the shares that she purchased, it was 10. She invested another $100. She got the shares, they went up. Okay? So she got they went up to $15, but she got and what she got out here was 6.7 shares out of that. Then she invested another month and she ended up getting her shares for $13, right? Because the market is going up and down, up and down. Okay, so now she started off low, got a little high. She could still buy. Then it turned around and went back low. Got a chance to get at least 7.7 shares. Now, out of that $300 that she took it and divided it by months, she turned around and her actual average was $12.67 in the long run. Right here, I'm sorry, I got the point in the wrong place. $12.67. So you average all of the prices per share, and it comes out to be $12.67, which means that she bought her shares on an average at a low price, and she ended up getting a chance to have a total of 24.4 shares out of that. That's dollar cost averaging. Whereas this lump sum investment, when you compare it, Andy didn't have any more shares that he could get because he only invested one time. His price stayed the same, that $15 was still the same. And overall, when it ended up, she not only did she pay in that particular quarter, she turned around and ended up paying only $12.32 a share when it averaged, which that just simply means, right, the more shares that she was able to obtain or to invest in meant the more what that she was going to have in the long run.
Money.
More money. More money.
And
That's
she has,
right. Go ahead.
She has more of a secure portfolio also. Because
Okay.
she has more of an investment mix by
Okay.
doing that, does she not?
Well, we don't know what
Oh,
she's
okay,
invested.
understand.
Yeah, we don't know what she's invested in. However, it's a possibility. It's a possibility because we talked about diversified funds, and we don't know what she has it in, but she might have it in a mixture going on here. But the bottom line is she was able, over a period of time, dollar cost value will make you more money, okay, instead of lump summing. All right, let's go to my next slide. Okay, I told you I was going to be short. That's just that's it in a nutshell. Now what I want to turn around to is we want to do some examples because how many of you have gone to your back office and you actually use your tools?
I have.
Okay, and those tools include financial calculators. See, this is what I like about MyEcon. We got everything anybody need. Everything you need to take care of your personal financial matters. We're getting ready to show you now just how that works. All right. Does everybody see my website?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So we're going to go into BMC Home. Are we doing pretty good on this training, guys? Y'all liking it?
Yes.
Try to make it, on a very, very, on a level we all can understand. Because it's so much I could have used optic this and all that kind of stuff that go with their terminology that they go, but that ain't necessary. For me, it just simply means I know that lump sum investments, will make me the least amount of money, but in the long run, and then it also depends on what you're doing. It's a whole lot that goes with that. But if you're going to be an average investor, you're not trading. Isn't that funny? We've been saying, we're not teaching you to do no trading and all that kind of stuff. And then June Collier came on and he had to tell people that because somebody jumped the gun. So let's go over here. So if y'all see, let me go back. I want you to see, for those of you who don't use your tools, they're in the back office. Okay, you just log into the back office, go to tools. We're going to click on tools, and there are your calculators. Now we're going to do an example. In your financial calculators, we got a one-time lump sum investment, okay? And here are your examples. People, I love our tools because there's no reason why, if you want to go buy a home, if you want to invest your money in any type of stocks and bonds, if you want to buy a car, these investment tools or these tools will actually show you what to expect and what to look for. Chris, if you come off mute for a minute and don't mind, share with them your experience when you first enrolled in MyEcon. This is what I actually used when Chris was going after his first house. We say first because Chris got some vision here. When he was going after his first house, we actually took the tools and was all very close. I don't want to tell it. I want to see if he will share that information, that experience with us. Are you there, Chris?
I'm here. He's asking more about utilizing the tools.
Yes. Remember when we were getting ready to buy your home? we actually, when we calculated debt to income ratio and we were looking at the interest and how much home you could buy, how close did we come using these tools? Talk about that.
I think we came fairly close. Using those, you can get an idea of about paying off a loan, how many years and this interest rate, and understand if I can be able to afford us a payment. Then by adding all my bills and things in a capital strategist, it was saying how much money I should have free up in cash flow if I paid certain things off. So the tools, like I said, the calculators, those were good. We was able to play around and say, okay, if I got approved for this percent or interest rate, then my payments would be this much. And we said, well, if we want our payments to go down based on a certain amount of loan, then I had to put a different lower interest rate in to say, okay, I was more comfortable with this amount of payment. So that helped us kind of go compete. And we went to the lenders and said, okay, let's try to find the best lender and to figure out, what can I afford, what am I comfortable with paying monthly by using the calculator. So when they came presenting different interest rates and things, we kind of know what we was looking for. So we just didn't have to just settle for less on the first bid.
That's right. Absolutely correct. So
Ms. Pace,
yes, go ahead.
I did the same thing for my vehicle, for
Mhm.
one of our vehicles that we purchased. I was able to sit in the office and use my calculator and determine what my payment, was going to be.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome, Miss Lambert. I didn't know that. See, that's good. That's good stuff. So, I always like for people to understand that we're not here playing and we're not just any other networking company who's just based on the cash mentality of get more money, get more money. Most people are just worried about being in something where they can make $1,000 every time they turn around, or 3,000 or 5,000. But as we always say, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And then to have valuable tools that will help you make valuable financial decisions makes you even more powerful. Yes, in this world of economy. As today, as I was talking, well, it was yesterday, I think I did the video about owning a piece of America. And, as we were talking about the American way, the American way was about coming over here, immigrants coming to a country where they could live better, live free, and live better. But in the long run, what happened is we started to live worse because of capitalism, because somebody started capitalizing off of people's ignorance. And so where the economy was supposed to work for people, good, hardworking people, was the principle of America, that changed. And the only way that we can actually have any power over our economy is that we must use these tools. We must become educated in every area. We don't have to be an expert. We just got to have enough knowledge to know how to keep the money that we work hard for and how to reposition ourselves, possibly even off the job, working for ourselves to position ourselves as to the economy takes care of the businessman. And so all of this is so valuable to individuals and their homes, and it's valuable enough for you to actually share it with your children, share it with your neighbor. I'm gonna chunk this in here a little bit, right? Because we got people that watch the video. This is valuable enough for you to go out and enroll somebody. Because you think about the next person doesn't understand this. The people around you, while you looking at getting money, we looking at keeping money. And so wouldn't you like to be in a position to where you can help thousands of people learn the same principle of keeping money? Only way you're going to get in the game is that you get in the game. And these are some very powerful tools. So we're going to do an example of each one of these calculators. It says, this is a one-time lump sum investment, okay? It says, use this calculator to determine the future value of one-time investment at a specific interest rate for a specific number of years. This is an example of investing $1,000 one time in an IRA, and you want to know what it will be worth in 20 years at 8% annual interest rate, okay? Compounded on a monthly basis. Okay, so let's put that in there. Let's see what that's going to be. $1,000. The interest rate is is 8. Okay. And then we got 20 years. We're going to calculate. Okay. Now, off of $1,000 invested for 20 years at an interest rate of 8%, wow, that's only $4,926.08. So you might say, well, listen, 8% is cool. Let's talk about 4%. Let's go down, because there are some people think that I wanted to say what my mama say in high cotton, but I can't say that on the call. They think they're doing something because they go somewhere, they get a CD, they go to some type of low risk bank product, and they'll go get 2%. Now I'm gonna do that.
1.5%, 1%. I don't even think they're giving 2%.
Okay, so I'm doing them a favor. So we're gonna give them 4%.
That's way too high.
That's way too high, ain't it? Lord have mercy. Well,
yeah.
2. Okay, I got y'all. 2%. Oh my! So you took $1,000 and you turned around and invested at 2% interest rate somewhere, and all you're getting is $1,491.33 in 20 years. Okay? As compared to at least taking it, say I only had $1,000 and the Health and Science Fund came open and it was 19% interest rate. Matter of fact, the last time I looked at it, which has been a while, it was like 22%. So let's look at that. Let's look at the difference. Now you determine how risky you want to get. At least in 20 years, at 19% interest rate, $1,000 was $43,000 in 20 years. All right. Now let's go back. Now that's just the lump sum. So let's go to the periodical monthly investment. I think I'm gonna have to go up here and do that. Okay. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do the lump sum investment to reach a specific goal. You know why? Because when you do your cash flow strategies, you know where you got to go. And so this calculator determines how much must be invested one time lump sum at a specific interest rate for a specific number of years to attain a specific amount of money. Okay, so you want $200,000 in 20 years, and you want to know how much money you must invest today at 8% annual rate of return in order to reach that goal. So we're going to put our desired amount, which is $200,000. Okay, that interest rate is 8. And so we've got we want to reach that goal in 20 years. Okay, because we're getting ready to retire. So we got to see. Oh, Lord. So in order to do one lump sum investment, you got to invest at least $41,000. Okay, very simple math. Now let's go to the monthly and see what the difference is going to be. You will invest $100 a month, okay, for 20 years into an IRA at 8% rate of return, right? And what for 20 years, what will the investment be worth? Okay, it'll be worth $58,900. Okay, let's put that. Okay, so we had $1,000 earlier, right? We did a lump sum with $1,000. So $1,000 divided by 12 months is how much? Let's see.
Chris?
I'm doing the math right here.
Oh, okay.
I should have done it already.
Doctor.
83.
Doctor.
That's $83. So let's say we took that. Remember how the example I showed you that somebody took the $300, did it one time, and then somebody split their $300 by month. So let's say we're taking that $1,000 we just saw in the lump sum, and we're going to divide that by $83 a month, 8% interest rate over 20 years, and let's see how much that's going to give us. Well, now that is a significant difference, is it not?
Wow.
Wow, we're talking about dollar cost averaging. And so this This is stunning. This is stunning. So now you got some choices. I can't tell you, but what's some of the things that might be going through your head right now when you see what the difference is?
Well, the figures just show that it's better to do monthly investment versus the lump sum. The figure, proves the difference.
That's right. Because the possibilities, remember, we're talking about shares go up, they go down. You buy more when the share is down. Okay? You buy less when the shares are up. But the fact that we can turn around and invest on a monthly basis gives us an opportunity to add to our shares on an average than to keep the stable, the only shares that we get at one time. Go ahead. Who is adding to that?
No, I was saying on the monthly investment, it seems like it lets you invest in a more consistent manner than trying to save up and get a lump sum. Because if you don't have a lump sum and you're trying to save up and accumulate it, that's time you're putting off to when you could have been investing.
Yes.
And on a monthly rate.
I
So
love it.
it could take you years to save up a lump sum,
Yes.
$10,000, $20,000. Don't too many people have that laying around. So while you're saving up a lump sum to invest, which is a risk, then you save it up after all that time and you invest it in a lump sum way, you're risking further risk of losing and things of that nature. So it's just better, more economically feasible to do it monthly and still get the same rate of return or even a better rate of return.
Right.
But at the same time, suppose you do have the $10,000. It's just the fact that the knowledge, being able to know, not so much as you're trying to save up. For various reasons, people can come up with the 10, 20,000. Suppose you have it, but the thing is being able to know the difference is valuable.
Right. Knowing the difference, and then that's why it's so important. In a lot of people's mind, they're constantly saying, "I'm gonna invest as soon as I get through buying my J. Renee's, as soon as I get through buying," and you're losing. Because the longer you wait to invest your money, first of all, the more of it you must have in order to reach your desired goal, which most of the time in most people is when you retire. It's at the point of retirement, and so if you can start now, that's why we say mentally challenge yourself. Start now if it ain't nothing but $5. Start now with something, but at least you can compound that $5 for now. And then set a goal. Set a goal that you're going to add another $5. Well, I went 12 months. I went 6 months with $5. The last 6 months of a year, I'm going to raise that to $10, and then next year I'm going to raise that to $15, and look, I done learned something now. I'm finna go with $300 and $500 a month. And so this is where the bottom line, I'm going to go back to my slide. Now I don't want to go to the bottom line. I want to show you this before I go into the bottom line. You do have a loan payment calculator, but yeah, I'm not going to go over that. If you want to buy a car or buy a house, you can look on here and put in and know pretty much what your principal and interest is going to be on a monthly basis for your vehicle or for your house. So let's go back over here. I'm going to share the bottom line to my econ, and then we're going to call it a night. Okay. The bottom line is we want everybody who is a part of my econ to win. It is so necessary, though, that you take care of, and I just came up with this week, your ugly mess. Brian Bingham said the bloody mess. I say it's an ugly mess. We have got to take care of our ugly mess, which generally starts in our minds. Just to be honest with you, it's a mental thing, because some people are excited because they don't have the burden of debt like other people do and all of these things that are not in their way, but they never make any real moves. And that is a danger too. And so I like the fact that what happened is that Ivy has turned around and he said, listen, we don't have these big fancy conventions. Lord, he's so old fashioned. I love seeing my people from all over the country. But he says, listen, I'm trying to get you knuckleheads to wake up. I'm going to tell you what's said in the office. I'm trying to get y'all to wake up. Y'all having fun. You got a lot of hot air going on. We got, you can do the presentation. You can be suave. You can, look good too and talk a lot of financial knowledge. But in the long run, except you put that knowledge to work, you're losing. Even if all your debt is paid, but you cannot and have not done a mixture of some type of portfolio to put you in a line of true financial freedom to where you can retire and don't work. See, this ain't about constantly selling something to make money. We got to turn around and make that money that we're making work for us. We got to make it work instead of us working. And so that's the bottom line to My Econ. We want you to understand enough investment education so you can be wiser about your choices for your future, and by all means become an investor of some kind so that you can enjoy your lifestyle. Okay, I almost picked on a few products that are really not true investment products, but I'm sure that Mr. Thomas is going to talk about that when he gets here on November 4th. So I encourage you to encourage your team to do whatever is necessary to get there on that day so that you can get the rest of the story. And I hope that what we are providing in these 4 parts, we got one more part, y'all stick with me. We got one more part to this on next Tuesday, and then we'll be done and we'll be ready. So go ahead and get your pre-registration done. Grab all your guests and neighbors, get your church family, put them on the bus, bring them, y'all. It's time. It is time that people understand that in order to really live the American dream, you got to get in the game. And if you're financially illiterate, you ain't in the game. You just popping off. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. You ain't in the game until you understand the game. All right? So any questions, any comments, I'm opening the line, unmuting everybody. Go ahead and give me any nuggets that you may have, anything that may have helped you tonight. Any announcements that need to be made?
One important thing, Mrs. Pace, outside of the investing and everything, also from the concept of a legacy to have something to pass down, because you're still planning to reach the 20 years or to your retirement, but by investing, you still have something to pass down generationally wise to whoever outlives you or your significant other or something. So it's the legacy principle also that the concept from investing is important to look at also for a lot of people if they're thinking that way.
Absolutely, because the Bible tells us that we should leave an inheritance for our children's children. That's a long way down the road. And we have an accountability to set that up to where we're not making our children starve. I look at some people and some people, I won't even say, some people, when their children get married, they don't have to worry about anything. I ain't talking about the gowns that they buy and all that junk don't matter to nothing, spending $10,000 and $15,000 and $20,000 on a wedding, and then you ain't got nothing set up for the future. You could put that as a down payment on a house. And that's what some people do. When other family members who have done this thing right, they have gift like, you move in, you got your house. I just gave you and your wife your trust fund. I got these things set up for you so you don't have to live hard. Somewhere in the back of our heads, we have made it seem like we have to make it hard for our children and their children's children, when the Bible tells us we should set it up. So all of us are responsible for setting that thing up and stop being ignorant. The only reason we clown over it because we don't have knowledge about it. So it's time to get knowledge. And
at least have to have some cows or something. You just got to bring something to it.
You crazy.
Cows and
something. Yeah, do something.
In some cultures, you have to have cows. You have to bring something You have to have a diary. You have to bring something to the
table.
to the table.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Kurt. I'm gonna get you, Scott. All right. Anybody else? Any comment? Share anything? All right then. So all minds are clear and we learned something tonight. Go right ahead on our Facebook page and in our group me. Drop your nuggets in there. Let everybody know that we are an empowered learning environment and we are constantly on the move, jumping in the movement to get us to where we own a piece of America. Peace out. Love y'all. Good night.
Good night. Bless y'all. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.